Ever wondered what will happen when the king dies? Well, here's everything you need to know, and trust me, the events that unfold are far more detailed than most people realise. Welcome to In Summary. In fact, what happens in the hours and days after the passing of a monarch has been planned for decades.
I speak to you today with feelings of profound sorrow. Throughout her life, Her Majesty the Queen, my beloved mother, was an inspiration, an example to me and to all my family. And we owe her the most heartfelt debt any family could owe to their mother.
These procedures are rarely spoken about in public, but they shape the future of an entire nation. And if you stick to the end, I'll let you in on a little secret, something most people never find out about the transition of power.
I know from my own experience that a cancer diagnosis can feel overwhelming. Yet, I also know that early detection is the key that can transform treatment journeys, giving invaluable time to medical teams and to their patients the precious gift of hope.
So, when a monarch dies, the world doesn't simply wake up to a new king overnight. It follows a deeply choreographed sequence built on centuries of tradition, constitutional rules, and precise timing. In the case of King Charles III, his passing would set into motion a blend of modern communications, ancient rituals, government responses, and national mourning. Every detail, from the timing of the announcement to the wording of proclamations to where flags fly at half-mast, is predetermined. It's one of the most coordinated events that can happen in the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, and it affects millions of people almost instantly. So let's take this step by step, unfolding exactly how the transition occurs, what the public sees, and what happens behind the scenes. And again, stay to the end because I'll explain the one rule about monarchy succession that most people get wrong. It changes everything about what we understand about kings, queens, and heirs.
My lords and members of the House of Commons, it is mindful of the legacy of service and devotion to this country set by my beloved mother, the late Queen, that I deliver this, the first King's speech in over 70 years.
So, the moment the monarch passes, the first priority is informing the royal family, senior members of government, and the Prime Minister. This happens privately and respectfully. The palace uses secure communication methods to inform those who need to know first. And it's only once this is complete does the public announcement get prepared. The wording is usually traditional, simple, and delivered with formality. It would be something along the lines of "the king has passed away peacefully." The BBC would then enter a prepared broadcasting mode, presenters would wear black, and programming would shift to rolling news coverage. Flags across government buildings will be lowered to half-mast. The Royal Standard, which never flies at half-mast because it symbolises the continuity of the monarchy, stops flying at the King's current residence. The moment the news breaks, the United Kingdom will enter a period of national mourning. During this time, government events, sports fixtures, entertainment programmes, and public ceremonies may be modified or cancelled depending on timing and tone. Now here's the part most people misunderstand. The new monarch doesn't wait for a coronation. That exact moment that the king dies, the heir immediately becomes king or queen. So in the case of King Charles III's passing, Prince William would immediately become King William V. There's no gap, no vote, and no delay. The phrase often used is "the king is dead." Long live the king. This isn't just a dramatic line, it's a constitutional principle that ensures continuity without a single moment of the monarchy being empty. But even though William becomes king at that exact moment, he's not yet proclaimed. That part happens publicly and ceremonially.
I want to create a world in which my son is proud of what we do. I hope we don't go back to some of the practices in the past that, Harry and I had to grow up in.
It sounds like the monarchy will be shifting in a slightly different direction.
I think it's safe to say that change is on my agenda.
Within the first 24 hours, the Ascension Council meets at St. James's Palace. This is a large gathering of important figures. They formally acknowledge the new monarch and read the Proclamation of Ascension. This is then proclaimed publicly across London and other cities, often accompanied by trumpet flourishes and traditional fanfare. Meanwhile, King William's first duties begin almost immediately. He meets with the Prime Minister, holds audiences with officials, and begins receiving red boxes, the daily documents containing government business. Despite the emotional weight of losing a parent, royal responsibilities begin instantly. His first televised address is expected within a day or two. In this speech, he will honour the late king, set the tone for his reign, and express dedication to service. These speeches often become historical moments, remembered for generations. And as the nation mourns, plans turn to the funeral of the late king. State funerals are rare, reserved for monarchs, and involve extraordinary ceremonial precision. The coffin will lie in state, usually at Westminster Hall, allowing the public to pay their respects. This period often lasts several days and brings enormous crowds, sometimes lining up for more than a day just to get a few seconds near the coffin. International leaders arrive. Security becomes one of the largest operations in British policing history. The funeral itself is broadcasted from Westminster Abbey and contains religious and state elements that have remained unchanged for hundreds of decades. After the funeral, the late king is laid to rest, often in the King George VI Memorial Chapel in Windsor, or wherever they've chosen. The nation continues to observe mourning until the final scheduled day, and the new monarch continues its duties throughout this entire period. The coronation of King William may not happen immediately. It takes months, sometimes even more than a year, as seen with Queen Elizabeth II. Coronations are not required for someone to be monarch. William is already king, but the ceremony is a traditional and symbolic moment marking the start of his reign. During the coronation, he will be anointed, receive the crown jewels and regalia, and take sacred oaths. It's a blend of ancient ritual, modern updates, and reflecting the identity of the monarchy at that time. Now let's talk about titles, because this is where things can get a little confusing. So when the monarch dies, the title of all other royal family members will change immediately. Catherine becomes Queen Catherine, not Queen Consort Catherine, because consort is usually used in explanation, not everyday titles. Their children's titles also adjust, becoming the new Prince and Princess of Wales unless the new monarch chooses otherwise. Another dramatic but subtle shift will be the national anthem. God Save the King will be God Save the King for William, and any reference to the previous monarch will be removed. Coins, stamps, military symbols, and passport wording will eventually change as well. These particular changes will be rolled out slowly over the years, not overnight. It will be a gradual transition, respecting the memory of the late monarch whilst acknowledging the authority of the new one. Now, one thing that most people usually get wrong is they assume that the monarch chooses its successor. Well, that isn't true. Successors are automatic and based on the law. The monarch cannot choose or bypass an heir. Not even the government or parliament can interrupt in this decision without changing constitutional laws. So William will become king the instant Charles passes, and nothing can change that. As King William takes on the role, his expected responsibilities increase, touring the Commonwealth, meeting world leaders, supporting charities, and shaping public image of the monarchy for a new generation. His leadership style, priorities, and tone will slowly reveal the type of reign he intends to have. Every monarch shapes the institution in different ways. Some are reformers, some are unifiers, and some are ceremonial stabilisers. William's approach will likely be a blend of modern expectations with royal traditions, aiming to maintain relevance in a changing world. So as you've probably gathered, the passing of a monarch is both a beginning and an ending, a moment of historical continuity wrapped in personal loss and national ceremony. A monarch never dies alone. The moment they die, the legacy shifts to how the next monarch carries the crown forward. The monarch isn't just a lifetime of service, it's a chain of responsibility, centuries long. Every transition is a new link in that chain. So when the king dies, the UK will move through a carefully structured mix of mourning, ceremony, and continuity. Prince William will become king instantly, and traditions older than many nations will guide the process. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
And what's in fashion?
Right. I'm sure they think they're very important. Yeah, I do. I mean, they are very good at keeping me in touch with what's going on at the different new bands and everything else that bob up on the scene.
One you did miss was PJ and Duncan. They were very good.
They were brilliant.
That's those.